Hey, welcome back to DXB Today, where we've had a big old focus on all things tech. We've also had a sprinkling of taste. We've got talent to look forward to a little later on. But we're also talking about brands that just do things a little bit differently here. Obviously, the STEP conference is a Dubai-born brand, which is now known the world over. And to that end, let's go to another new brand reaching new heights. The Giving Movement is not just a Dubai brand, it's a global brand now. And it's led by a true legend, retail expert, Rania, Masri, who joins us now. Can't thank you enough for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us to talk all things the Giving Movement, which I think, again, is one of those things. Look, I'm very used to seeing the Giving Movement brand and logos here, but just about everywhere you go, in Dubai, across the UAE, and dare I say it, further afield. I was recently in Australia. The Giving Movement was everywhere in Australia. I mean, it is a truly global brand. You're a truly global retail expert. What's different about this brand for you, and why have you sort of committed to it now?
I'm so glad that you said you see it everywhere. I see it since I started. I know, I love it. I love seeing it everywhere, although a lot of people are telling us, can you reduce the logo a little bit? No. Look, I think that I've been in Dubai for 24 years, and I've been working in retail for that long. And I'm extremely excited to be able to actually take a homegrown brand, you know, and take it global and see everybody wearing it all over the world. We've been so used to in Dubai importing brands and learning from them, but I think we have the ecosystem today, and the customer is so savvy to say, you know what, it's time for us to actually show a brand from Dubai to the world. And maybe have something exclusive here when the tourists are coming to be able to boast and say about it in Dubai, you know, because everything else is available here. So yeah, I hope to be part of that journey of taking that first, you know, brand, apparel brand to the world, inshallah.
How do you transfer the cool effect of the brand, the cool essence of the brand of the Giving Movement to other markets? Like when it's known here in Dubai, but when you're entering a new market, how do you transfer that into the local culture there and build that word of mouth around it?
That's a super good question, Ray, because I think that I've spent my career focusing on how to educate the Western brands on what's cool here, so that personalization really, you know, and localize your brand. Whereas I think we're going through an era where there's a lot of local and national pride everywhere you go, not just in this region, right? It's never been cooler to be from Dubai. So I'm a lot more concerned about how to transfer the Dubai culture or the regional culture to the world versus trying to fit in anywhere else with the brand. So I think a lot of people that buy the Giving Movement are going to want to buy it because of what it stands for here. You know,
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I know, you know, that was always part of the DNA of the Giving Movement, hence the name, I suppose. It's like, was that an intentional to start with? Has that evolved? It's just straight off the bat.
I mean, the founder, it started in 2020, and it did start, and it continues to be a brand that gives back. You know, one of our biggest pride is, you know, we've built a school in New Delhi, and we have already some of the graduates that actually work in our offices here in Dubai.
That's amazing.
People that have never been on a plane, that have never seen the beach, you know, that work among us. And we obviously donate to a lot of different charities, but it's not just about donating. It's how do we really bring out that movement that is linked to giving each other that kindness, that whole, you know, community feel. And that's something we really want to make sure that we scale in our storytelling, because we want to stand for something different. And something that's probably, you know, it's cool to be kind nowadays.
I love that. Now, but apart from that, I know you said there's more to just giving, Rania. So you are also very ethically sourced, you are sustainable, but obviously it's not very easy in this world to be ethical and sustainable. What are the challenges that you face when you have something like that as something that you're committed to in your business?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's definitely, and we know it, the fashion industry is one of the most, you know, contributors to polluting this earth. And I think what's really important is to produce a product that's sustainable, right? Because at the end of the day, customers want something that lasts. So making sure that your actual material and your production takes, gives you that product is first and foremost extremely important. We are very careful with the factories that we work with, that they actually, go through all of the ESG,
certifications.
Exactly. But also that translates to our workplace, our people. Are we really, portraying these values in our communication, where we intend to participate, with who we partner with, what are our values? And that's basically the personality of the brand that we want to make sure that we stay very true to.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's interesting because we were talking about already on the show with Ray as well about scaling those businesses and taking them internationally. Like, what does it really take? Like, we're sitting here, we're all smiling, we're happy, and we're laughing, but like, what does it really take?
Look, I think that to build a retail brand, there's a lot of there's a big operation behind it. There's a lot of systems behind it. But what it really takes is understanding your community and understanding who you're targeting this brand, and be very, very strict about it. Or if you want discipline, more than strict. Because it takes time. It takes time. And again, when we say international, what is international nowadays? I love the fact that you reference the Global South. We're so well positioned for the Global South. So it's not all about New York and London and Paris. Nowadays, and if you've seen it in Australia, you've seen it in Singapore, India is a huge market. Our Moroccan customers are just obsessed with the brand. I get Tunisian customers asking us, to start distributing there. Egypt, huge market. KSA, huge market. So just our region alone, and looking at that is a big ambition that the Giving Movement has.
It's the learning process as well. I think expand is trial and error. Like even Uniqlo, which is already massive, I think they've had many attempts at entering the US market, and they learn. Eventually they'll figure it out, but it's...
And here, they're not here, are they?
They're not here yet.
Not yet.
But does that also come with challenges, especially when you've got such strong founder ethics and things like that, and purpose as well? And yet the demand there globally is sort of going off the scale. And therefore the demand is to scale quickly. Could that be, is that something that could be problematic? And is that something, not specifically with the Giving Movement, but that's something you might have seen with other brands in the past?
I mean, definitely. And this is why it's really important to be having basically the right, in our case, we have a board of investors. It's very important to understand, and again, that I've worked for Shalhoub Group in the past.
Oh, yes.
And my former CEO was somebody that had a very long-term vision. So it's very important to understand that brands take a long time. And you're right, trying to scale too quickly will definitely disrupt a brand, because you'll forget about your values, you'll forget about the sustainability element, and you're going to have to cut corners. Look, it's a brand that's 5 years young, and we've definitely had a lot of hiccups. We tried to scale at some point a little bit too quickly, maybe, or more than we tried to scale, the demand was so huge, and we tried to keep up with the demand. But that said, these learnings have been huge learnings, and now only at 5 years, we're very happy to say that we know what not to do. And we know where we want to focus. So
nothing wrong with learning from that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And thank God you learn, when it's early, because
Yeah, exactly. And I can only imagine that. I mean, the success that the Giving Movement has had in the last 5 years, your trajectory is phenomenal. So, Rania, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks,
I mean, you're
Katie.
also a very, very busy woman. So thank you so much
Katie.
for being with us.
Thank you.
For now, Rania is going to head off, but of course we've had Ray here as our guest co-host. It's time to quiz him, I think, isn't it, Louis?
Oh yes, definitely. Ray, it is all about you now. For 60 seconds, we want to know as much about you as we can. Are you ready?
The game again.
Yes.
I've been coming here for so long, I need to play the game on one of you guys next year.
Oh, but the questions are completely different now. So I've got 60 seconds on the clock for DXB in 60. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Coffee or tea when making big startup decisions?
I drink mate.
Oh.
And coffee. But I like
One tech trend you think is totally overhyped right now?
Not now, before Web3.
If STEP were a person, what kind of personality would it have?
Cool and outgoing.
Oh, yes. One piece of advice you wish someone gave you before your first conference as a founder?
start as early as you can when you're doing production.
App you can't live without during step.
Can you say that again?
App that you cannot live without during step.
Ooh. An app, we're vibe coding 3 apps ourselves this year.
The term vibe coding. Startup pitch, brief and bold or detailed and data driven.
Brief and bold.
Work-life hack that keeps you sane at a busy tech conference.
Staying calm.
One founder trait that always impresses you or annoys you.
Ego, probably.
One last, we're out of time. Why Dubai?
Dubai is, like I said, it's the Silicon Valley of the Middle East, but it's also the hub for the global South.
Right. Bless you, man. Can't thank you enough. I know it's a busy time for you,
yeah, thank you.
As you take one step closer to STEP Conference this year, but all the best for the 14th edition. May it be a very successful one, and thanks so much indeed for continuing the tradition of sitting on the seat. Look forward to 15 next year, yeah? Just save those answers for next year, okay? Compare and contrast. So you've got STEP to look forward to. And Rania, thank you so much indeed to you as well for joining us as a guest.
Thanks, Tom.
All the best with
Thank
the growth of the giving movement. So I'll